Hello my friends, welcome to my channel. Today we will be having our first news day. This will also serve as a water cooler bit, but the news of the day is obviously the Epstein scandal, and I have seen commentary I should say, around the Epstein scandal that has upset me, and especially coming from left voices. I'm speaking, of course, about Hasan, and I saw him parrot something that Nick Fuentes said, and that bugs me like a lot. And so we're gonna go through it. Just for clarity, Jeffrey Epstein is an international pedophile and intelligence asset. The TrueAnon podcast, held by Brace Belden and Liz Franczak, is the best podcast out there. I recommend you go see them or listen to them wherever. And also, they're on Chapo a couple times, and they do a good job of drawing out all the major points on that. A global pedophile ring such as this, though I believe was a Mossad op, could not have taken place without the tacit approval of what is called the Five Eyes, which are the Anglophone states. And yes, nothing happens in the world that the Five Eyes don't know about. And so for all these billionaires and Prince Andrew and Ehud Barak to be on this pedophile island without them knowing is impossible. So they either had tacit approval, which is what I believe, which is that they just let it happen because it was in their interest to have all this leverage on all these rich people, or they were participants. Either way, it's criminal though, and basically everyone involved needs to be subject to capital punishment. It's sedition. It is not excusable by the laws that give special operations the powers that they have. It is beyond the pale. It is a threat to national security. But anyways, that should serve as background. The thing that I saw that really made me angry, that I saw Hasan give even the slightest deference to, is that this notion that Nick Fuentes said, which is that this isn't a left versus right issue, it's an up versus down issue. And that's just wrong, right? First, Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is very bright. He's very bright. He is uneducated and he's young, but he sees the future. He sees that the authenticity to his fan base is the key to his power, that his power is mediated through these minor producers, these small micro celebrities, social media influencers, think 10 to 40,000 subscribers, and these people get to decide whether or not the talking points that Nick delivers for the day are worth a damn. And they're never worth a damn, but they have to be convincing to those hogs. And so coming out and saying, oh, I believe Donald Trump here, that would be completely untenable for a position like his. He wants to be in spiritual control of the right wing for the next couple decades. And this Epstein thing it's a landmine. It's a hot potato. You gotta get rid of it. So anyways, giving deference to someone like that who sees so far and is so obviously an ideological enemy, Hasan, is stupid. You shouldn't do that. Left versus right. The left versus right dilemma, and why the left sticks to it so fastidiously, is because of the history behind it. It arises in the French Revolution. During the Estates General, there was a closing of the Estates General, and they moved to a tennis court. And everyone who supported the king and the traditional governance model of France was on the right side of the tennis court, and the people who supported the Parlement and the people were on the left. And so it has always been that the bottom is the left and the top is the right. We show loyalty to these terms as a historical key. It shows new, upcoming, bright minds that there is this corruption, this perfidy that is trying to be used against them at all times. And by keeping to these words, even though words generally are mutable and easily destroyed, easily changed, I think that serves well enough. But language does not demarcate reality. It describes it. So language changes. But the loyalty to this left versus right is to make use of a system that is at odds with reality already. Received pronunciation, the way that the English language is pronounced, is an aberration, right? A historical non-entity. That the way that things are read can so dominate the way that things are pronounced is a very, very new historical phenomenon. I guess I just want to close by saying I expect more from our thought leaders. Hasan is a big voice. He's very influential, but you can tell that he started at such a young age. While I was, reading 1,500 books, philosophy, law, bankruptcy, this man was making videos, And so now we have this thought leader who can't do anything, who can't accomplish anything. He is a social democrat, closer to that than he is a democratic socialist. And that's been proven time and time again to be inadequate, right? Inadequate for the moments past, let alone this moment as we face civilizational collapse. And so I just want better. I just want him to do better. I want him to try harder. Maybe you can't stream 12 hours a day. Maybe that does make you tired. Maybe you need to take some night classes and learn some philosophy and how to argue. Maybe that sounds like jealousy. It probably does come from a place of jealousy, at least in part. But I could save the world if I had his audience. And he does nothing but sometimes make it worse.